Record inflation, uncontrolled spending, corruption everywhere, looming recession, people dying from cold weather, infrastructure unable to handle our energy needs, a border crisis. And what do the brilliant members of Congress choose to focus their efforts on? That's right, extremism in gaming. 7 Democrats have been using their time productively to write a letter to gaming companies urging combating extremism and asking for transparency on how these companies are doing so. They are doing this because of the ADL's report that gamers are exposed to white supremacy 2 times more than in 2021. This article is an absolute joke. You would think that a group that has been around since 1913 would have learned how to conduct research or at least write a compelling research paper based on other research, but I guess they still need a little more time to figure this out. They used meaningless surveys they conducted. They cite other meaningless sources. And all of their research relies on their own definition for words like extremism and white supremacy. Right off the bat, the title sounds like the Bully Hunter slogan, so we're off to a great start. They explain that their 2022 survey finds that adult exposure to white supremacy in online games has more than doubled to 20% of gamers, up from 8% in 2021. They say they surveyed 2,100 Americans for this, a pretty small and localized sample size to then apply to all gamers. And surveys are biased and unreliable for quantitative data already anyways. Hey Blitzkrieg 1, have you been exposed to white supremacy in online games this year? No. Breaking news everyone, according to my survey, white supremacy in online games is down to 0% in 2022. The article goes on to cite other research, which links to one article which is not a research paper that reports on one community manager complaining of online threats. It then jumps to the wild conclusion that their survey and other research indicates that online games are a platform worse than the most extreme, evil places on the internet like 4chan. What? I guess this online gaming.
The game literally just said, okay, they're...
No! How does this happen?
What is it?
They scored 2 goals in 9 seconds.
Is turning me into an extremist. The left has recently had a tendency to label anything that they disagree with as racist, fascist, or far-right extremists, and this whole research article relies on how they define exposure to white supremacy. Was a gamer really exposed to white supremacy, or did another player just have Trump in their gamer tag? Was someone really exposed to white supremacy, or did another player discuss how they disagree with how the border is being handled? Was someone really exposed to white supremacy, or did another player express that they didn't support whatever Democrat politician? We don't know because they don't explain it in their research paper. Since the beginning of online gaming, there has been this useful ability that so many of these journalists and politicians seem to have forgotten about. It's this wild thing called the mute button. If you are being harassed or hearing things in online games you don't want to hear, just use the mute button. Problem solved. If you're a parent, maybe don't let your child talk on Discord with strangers. There will always be trolling and harassment online. People have the confidence to do it because they get to hide behind the anonymity of a screen. If you or your child can't handle it, then don't engage in it. Use the mute button or don't go into public chat rooms. We do not need some big government-funded entity to be monitoring every conversation you have with your friends while playing Fortnite and deciding if they want to ban you because you don't agree with their political beliefs. Hey, California Representative Katie Porter, instead of writing this letter, maybe look at solutions to more pressing problems facing the country, like homelessness, where, oh, would you look at that? Your own state accounts for 30% of the nation's homeless.